Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of Pirate Chain, friends of crypto price charts. Let's look at some price charts. I'm Giuliano, and it's the 16th of September. I'm just gonna do a brief update here. What's going on with them? Bitcoin chart, Komodo price chart, Pirate Chain price chart. This is the 1-day price chart for Bitcoin. Looking quite strong. Even yesterday's candle here looking quite good. Lagging indicator here, MACD, we're just at any time going to be turning up maybe in the next day, 2 or 3. So definitely by next week, looks like we are going into positive momentum. So it seems like maybe a little pause is what we're seeing here. And then at least to this 49,500 level before meeting the next resistance. Maybe it'll go a little higher before meeting the resistance. Yeah, and that, you know, in terms of how high might it go, if we want to go wick to wick, we'll play like this. Whoops, that's the wrong deal. This is what we're looking for. Yeah, so there you go. 1-to-1 brings us all the way up to the 52. So if that's the case, then that's where we might, play, okay, before finding some resistance. And if it's not as strong, we're going to take ourselves to the, the closing, it might be a wake up here. Closing time frame could be around there. Either way, it looks like we'll make some pause and then we continue higher. That's the play on the BTC USD for the day chart. You saw that buying support, so it's good overall. So now here we see it on the 4-hour time frame, and it's more clear. We can see, let's just go like this, and you can see uptrend, and now we make our correction sideways, staying above the 20-period average, above this support resistance line, dotted line here, and then also above this cloud is what needs to happen. It is not guaranteed, but that's what the price is trying to do, at least here. Definitely room to come down towards the 47, but it already made the wick, and that could be enough. So we'll see. Although we're not getting exactly the strength we need currently in this candle, and there's potential for some downturn in the 4-hour price chart. So, on that daily price chart, could be a day or two or whatever it's going to be of sideways, and then the next move is up. Okay, so even a move down towards the 47,000, the low 47,000 is reasonable, especially if it's a big wick. But yeah, looks like the move up is coming. We have room for it on the RSI to go into an overbought territory before correcting further. Yep. So that's basically the idea. And currently, in terms of any retracement, it's about the 50% retracement level. If we go from the bottom to where we are currently, and if we're just taking closes, it's more clear at the 50 retracement level, 50%. So it's not super strong yet, and it looks like we're just getting a bit of a pause around that 50, and then we got to go higher. Okay. None of this is financial advice, it's not guaranteed, but that's the basic idea on the daily and 4-hour price charts for the Bitcoin. And then moving into the KMD price chart is looking good. KMD price chart looking good here, 2,400 Satoshis. It's basically moving through. It's nothing huge, nothing special. But the one thing I wanted to recognize is the continued dropping of this top range of the Ichimoku cloud. So eventually it's going to meet up with the bottom here, making its way, and then we're going to get our twist. And I don't know if that's exactly where it's going to be or look like, but we're going to get that Kumo twist coming. So that's an important time. That's a signal, and that we could be getting a move above, which would be probably a bit more impulsive, and would go higher above the cloud and then come back down to try and support. So this is good on the daily price level. This is how we can start to see the pathway to regaining the 200-day moving average as support. Okay, yeah. On the shorter time frame of the daily price chart, we can see that yesterday's candle, when we get to the candles, it was a decent size, but and then today some more pausing. So it's a bit of sideways action, still below the 20-day moving average, getting out of this first downward resistance line. So there it is. So here's the next thing, you know, within the next day, we'll know, is it a dump down or is it a push up? All right. And that next target is 2,600 Satoshis. Okay, on the upside, and on the downside, it's about 2,200 Satoshis, and we currently sit at 24. So we're about halfway there. We've got an indecision candle on the day, and really we're just waiting for something to shape up here. But we're showing negative momentum, could flip positive. Yeah, very sideways and indecisive right now. KMD is waiting for everybody else to make a decision. So on the 4-hour KMD BTC, again, we see that continued support of this upward trending support line here. So where is it going to be? What's going to happen? We're getting rejected in the current 4-hour candle all the way up at our resistance downward trending line. But here we go. We're starting to narrow with the Bollinger Band. So a move is coming. A move is coming. Bias is to the upside based on these moves, but can't rule out something like this over here, where we went down and then bounced sideways and then continued further down. All right, same idea here. You know, we go down, we bounce sideways, and then you continue further down. It's possible. You know, we've talked about how we can get down here to this trend line before bouncing, right? However, we will definitely be seeing that in the next coming few periods here. There's a 4, 1, 2, 3, so another 12 hours. And that brings us to the end of the day. So by the end of the day, by tomorrow, we'll have a bit of a clear picture, but it could still go weekly could go sideways, just bouncing around at these levels. All right, so that's your KMD BTC, and on the USD pairing, again, it's looking decent because, at least on this one here, yes, we're in a pretty decent sideways corrective zone. It looks similar to the Bitcoin movement from the dump and then the sideways, hovering around that 20-day moving average, nicely in the cloud. The Kumo twist is coming earlier on the USD pair. You can see it over here. The upper band and the lower band of the cloud currently are coming together significantly and are going to twist in the near future. So that leaves, that's the middle of October time frame. So that's pretty good. That gives us a bit of an idea. Middle October could be some exciting times. What else is there to consider other than a bit of potential divergence happening with the RSI? If we plot at the top and or at the bottom. So nothing is clear at this moment. And on the daily, you know, we could push with further negative momentum. That would be very bearish, and it would follow this type of downward trending movement. But what we're looking for is the bullish sentiment. The bias is to the upside. We look to curl back into a positive momentum at some point soon. And that would be following the BTC price movements in terms of the upside bias. All right, so yeah, we were able to crack through this downtrending resistance line, the yellow one, and hold it as support. Haven't yet needed to come back down and test the uptrending pink line yet. Okay, that time is coming, but we're looking for that hopefully maybe later in November or whenever that happens. We'll see. Cool. For now, that's the KMD and the USDT. The next idea here is the pirate chain. I want to show here on the KuCoin exchange, we are forming on the closing price levels, we are forming that bullish divergence. We're looking to move into a positive momentum. So things are looking as though they are turning around and getting ready to find the new levels to the upside. That's basically the idea on the 4-hour price chart. Looking like, well, we're making a higher low and now above the 20-period average. Looks like we could try and challenge the cloud, look to regain these 6,700 Satoshi levels and beyond. Yeah, that's where it is. All right, on a closing time frame, making a higher low, so that's good on the 4-hour price chart. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So bias is to the upside currently overall here with the pirate chain BTC. I also want to recognize the CoinEx exchange with the longer data, just to show here on the daily. Look, oh, sorry, on the 4-hour. Okay, we'll start with this 4-hour. There's definitely room to go on the 4-hour. It looks like we're just getting started with some positive momentum, so let's keep that going. Haven't quite held above the cloud, didn't even pierce through fully, but nice strong bullish candle here. Hold this for support and then keep going higher. That's the idea. So the next level is around that 6,700 to 7,000 Satoshi level. That's where it's going. It might have some difficulty a little bit higher than that, around 60, lower, I mean, around 6,500. But anyway, either way, bias to the upside, keep making those higher lows. Okay, so that's good. Nice strong candle here, so that's good. And yeah, there's room to go here on the 4-hour price chart. Definitely room to go in some form of accumulation. But look how, like, when we zoom out, it's so small, so insignificant, can go up and can come right back down, and can go down, can come right back up. So we'll see. This is the important low over here in end of August lows. That's what we need to stay above in order to find some support here at this type of zone, and then move higher. If we take it onto the daily, which I wanted to show the price movement here on the daily. This is today's candle, so it's bullishly engulfing here, but we'll see what type of finishing it does. We have still another half day to go, but that's good. I can't quite hold that 20-day moving average above it, but whatever. This is good on this level here. Yes, we're moving negative momentum, but it might just turn relative positive. Already it is, and then if it keeps going into the positive momentum, that's really where it's at. But nothing's out of the question here. Although again, bias is to the upside. However, we do have this cloud here in the way. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. We'll see when does this part of the cloud here, when does it start to come down again, or is it going to take a little bit longer before the cloud can move up and make finally a twist somewhere? Yeah. All right, Ichimoku friends, that's the idea there with the pirate chain on the daily price chart. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's basically following what we might expect here. So on this local short-term level here, it's accumulatory, and then longer term, we're looking for another move to the upside. All right. Okay, everyone, that's it for the pirate chain BTC, and we just want to check what's happening at the channel, trending channel on the USDT price chart. Where are we now? Looks like, boom, we're getting some support at this trend line, at this channel, and nice green candle. So far it's up, but again, can't hold that 20 period moving average, but that's good. That's a good sign. If we can get a few more of those, a couple more of those, then we can be above and into the $3 level, and then finding support. But what's really important for now is this line right here around the 275 area. We want to hold that above the price, hold that the price above that level, and that's a good start. That's a good start for the next moves higher. So there's your ARRR trend channel, and it's working so far, which tells me that we're still in the whole overall correction of this wave. All right, because that's just the local trend channel. We're still within the longer term trend channel over here, but it's again, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. You know, we are confluencing right there, and that's why I'm waiting for a move to the upside. Okay, this is my bias right now. Again, this is financial advice, but the bias is for the move to the upside. I think it should beat. So normally in these trend channels, you have the midline of the trend line of the trend channel. I think it should beat this midline, but maybe it won't at first. Maybe it'll hit it and then come back down and retest. That's fine. But eventually it'll beat that trend line, and it'll hit the mid, you know, around the top of this trend channel. And maybe that'll be sooner than later, and it will confluence with the midline going here around this type of point before retracing, you know, and then maybe going high. But eventually it is going to go somewhere. Maybe it will never, you know, in the next while, maybe it won't reach above this trend line. It might still get to $10 or something like that, but it will hit the median trend line of this upsloping trend. That's one option, you know, or it could get above and through to the next trend. It might break below as well, and then we'll have a better idea of where is the 2 to 4 trend line. So currently we're using this 0 to 2 trend line, and right now we're looking for a 2 to 4 trend line, but we don't know where that is yet. And so these channels are helping us to figure out when are we ending this you know, wave 4 type of move, this correction move before a further impulse, and maybe a final impulse before the, you know, in this overall up impulsive cycle, and that would mean a longer term correction in the same degree as all of this move from here to the next part. Okay, so that's yeah, you know what I mean. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then who knows? Does 5 just get here? Does 5 go here? Does it go much higher? We're aiming for much higher as you know, as far as pirate chain goes. I mean, this is already $25, and I think psychologically the 50 is the number. So what does that mean? What does that look like? And how do we find $50 within this channel? Like, is it even possible? The answer would be yes. We would find $50 in this channel. Whoops. Well, anyway. Oof, now I'm just going overboard here. Let's just take it one last time before we end this. So it's roughly like that. This is just a rough estimate. And there you go. So if it did have to find this $50 within the channel, I mean, that's already that's 55 bucks. So yeah, but that seems quite a bit away, a ways away. It doesn't look right. We're hoping for something like this, you know, moving to new highs. In which case, like if we, well, I guess now we're just going to do a little bit of Fibonacci extension. So if we take the bottom to the top, and from the bottom again, we went like over 2.618. So that's a huge wave 3 extension. So then we can expect the fifth wave to maybe be, you know, a small percentage of this third wave. So let's say between 38.2 and 61.8% of this wave. But I'm not going to call it from here, from down here at $1.50. I think we're still making our correction. So say we're taking it from around here. So anywhere, that would be a weak fifth wave at $14. So we're looking for like $40. And yeah, you know, I don't think we're getting one-to-one with the third wave. That would not make sense. So $40 seems like a potential. Okay, well, that's just an idea, and I think I'm going to end it there. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Until next time. Yeah, goodbye.